We saw in the previous lab the benefits of having redundant links without spanning tree blocking one or more of the links. Another high availability feature that we can use is redundant trunk groups. Let's take a look at our lab. We have two QFXs connected together sitting at the distribution layer, and we don't want to have to run spanning tree down to the access layer switch. How can we do that?
If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing, as 86% of viewers aren't currently subscribed.
Well, we could run MC-lag, but an alternative to this is to run a redundant trunk group. Now please realize that RTG is not the same as a lag. In a lag, both interfaces are active, whereas with RTG, one link acts as the primary active link passing data, and the other is a standby secondary link. If the primary link fails, the secondary trunk link automatically takes over, starts forwarding data traffic without waiting for normal spanning tree protocol convergence. Even though data traffic is blocked on the secondary link, layer 2 control traffic like LLDP to see connected neighbors is still permitted. Rapid spanning tree needs to be disabled to configure a redundant trunk group. Then the software will select an active link by comparing the port numbers of the two links and activating the link with a higher port number. Now you can override this default behavior by configuring one link as a primary link, and the other link will automatically become the secondary link. There is an important difference. If you configure one link as the primary, it will remain as primary. So if it goes down and the secondary takes over, the primary will take over, sending data within 1 second when it comes back up. This can be changed in the configuration. Whereas if the software decides by port number, these two links are viewed as equal, and the port that went down won't take over as primary when it comes back up until the other link is disabled or goes down. So for redundant trunk links, let's have a look at our topology. And we have QFX1, QFX2 and QFX3. We will be configuring the redundant trunk link on QFX3. So let's just open up that switch now. And we can't have redundant trunk links and spanning tree running at the same time. So let's jump into this configuration here. The first thing that I would do, I would disable spanning tree, edit protocols, set RSTP disable, and that disables spanning tree. And then the next thing that I would do, I'll go into the switch options and do the redundant trunk protocol. Now, from our diagram, we can see that XE003 will be our primary interface and that XE000 will be our secondary interface. Edit switch options. Set redundant trunk. Now we need to name our RTG group. I will just say RTG1. Okay. Let me just do that a different way then. We'll go edit redundant trunk group. Set group RTG1. And then the interface we're going to make our primary, which is XE003. And we're going to say primary. And then we're going to set up our alternative, which is 000. We need to set up, if the primary goes down and the active takes over, if the primary comes straight back up, it takes over within 1 second, and sometimes this is not good for routing. So let's try and make that 30 seconds. If the secondary is active, it will take 30 seconds before the primary retakes over the active configuration. Set group RTG1 preemptive cutover timer, and this is a timer from 1 to 600 seconds. We're going to make it 30. And that's it for the configuration. Unfortunately, we can't go any further than this because as you'll see on the VQFX platform, it won't allow us to take this group, even though the group name is correct, RTG0 or RTG1. But if I do a commit check, that configuration fails. But you have the theory and you know the commands to use it on a real QFX platform. That's it for this lab. Let's move on to the next one.
It's question time. Question 1. What is the primary purpose of redundant trunk groups on Juniper devices? Answer. Redundant trunk groups are a replacement for STP. One link will be active and forwarding traffic and the other is blocking and backup to the active link. Question 2. What are the maximum number of links that can be configured in a redundant trunk group on Juniper devices? A. 12 links. B. 16 links. C. 4 links. D. 2 links. The answer is D. To get the complete question banks for all the JNCISENT videos, drop us an email at info@rittercoach.com.